I would like to apologize in advance for the low audio quality of my voice in this video. I was using the school's laptop to record this time, and its microphone just doesn't cut it. It shall not be used again. Now, enjoy the video. I'm going to go over some of the basics of Adobe Premiere Pro. The stuff we learn at first will serve as a foundation for all the other things we'll do throughout our time with this program. So, there are a few things here, but it's not too complex once you break it down. For starters, on the left we have the project panel. Now, it says the word project and then the name of your project, whatever you call it. So I just called this practice video. This is just a bunch of clips from other videos I've made for a couple other classes. So here we see all the video clips that could be part of our project. So all of these were imported. So it can be as simple as going into a folder and then dragging them in. And that will allow you to then drag in any of these clips onto the timeline to utilize for your project. I'll get to the timeline in a second. But a clip is simply a piece of video. So we can have multiple clips. We can put several or many clips together to form one complete video project. Now, when we put clips together, we form a sequence. A sequence is simply a collection of video clips. So, if I was to play this from beginning to end, we'd have a sequence of videos. So the clips are individual pieces of videos, and the whole thing makes up the sequence. Now my sequence is placed on a timeline. That's what this whole thing is. This whole area of the interface is the timeline. This shows the duration of our video and what order the clips that make up the sequence go in. Now we have all these similar sounding terms, clips, sequence. Well, they don't sound similar, but it seems like they could mean the same thing. Each one of these individually is a clip. This whole thing makes up a sequence. And then this whole area of the interface is the timeline. In our timeline, we're actually in here and over here as well. We have what's called a time code. Now, this indicates hours, minutes, seconds, but what's the last one? The last one indicates frames. So a frame is a still image. And if I just press the left or right arrow keys, if you look at this number right here, press the left or right arrow keys, I'm advancing forward or backward by one frame. Notice how I still haven't gone 1 second yet? You can hear my voice a little bit. There, now I have. So there are actually 30 frames in 1 second. In this project setting, or according to this project's settings, there are 30 frames in 1 second. Now that can be changed. There could be 60 frames in 1 second. It could be more or fewer. But for this, there will be 30. So yeah, it's important to know what these things are because you can't get into the trap of thinking that these are seconds, because these are frames, then we go out seconds, then minutes, and hours, although I don't think we'll be having any video projects that are even 1 hour long. But we should still know what that is. So let's go back to the timeline for a moment. What are all these things? V1, A1, A2. Well, these are different tracks. So like we can have actually videos on top of videos. Like if I just drag in another one right here. This video is now on top of that video, so it can't actually be seen. But what we can do eventually is change the position of a video if we want to. So I'll do this. I'll just like shrink the size of this. So you know what? I'll do this. I can move one clip to like the corner of the screen, reposition it, But we can actually have multiple videos, like side by side, if we want to. So, you know, I'll just go and create like another video track. I'm gonna make sure it's clicked on. This kind of looks like a mess, but you can still see what I'm doing here. And you know what? I can just hide this. There we go. That's what I meant to click. And we can get each of these to take up half the screen if we want to, and have them like side by side, if that's what we wanted to do. By the way, I hid a video track by clicking the eyeball beside it. I don't know what I was doing down here. Don't mind that. But, and I can click it again to show the video track, or that specific video track. So I can hide them, I can show them. So if I decide that I don't want them in there, or I just want to hide it until later, I can just disable it. So what I have here are 3 video tracks, and then there's an audio track to go along with it. Now I can delete them if I want to. In fact, first I just have to unlink them, and then I can press like delete the sound that goes with it. So if I wanted to create a series of clips and put in a music video, it might be best to delete the sound that came with it and then insert music on the audio track underneath. So we'll be doing all kinds of things like that. By the way, this thing that I moved right here to advance forward and backward in my video, it's called playhead. So the playhead indicates the position that my video sequence is currently in. And we can play what we have in our sequence at any time just by
happening in real time.
Clicking the play button. I know I'm playing a video of myself in another video. Yes. Okay. So anyway, there are a number of different tools we can utilize, and they're shown on this toolbar right here. So this first one, selection tool, can be used to select clips. And we can relocate clips by clicking them and dragging them. Like we can relocate them to another track, we can move them before, after, or place them on top of other clips. Okay, so we can do that. And my video is really messed up right now, but that doesn't matter. Another one we'll be using a lot probably is the razor tool. Now that allows you to split a video clip wherever you click. Now I have 2 different clips. Just say that I know I wanted to separate these 2 pieces. Maybe I want to move this clip somewhere else. Maybe I want to delete it entirely and end the clip right there. That's what the razor tool can be used for. Like I know I want to cut the video off right there. Select the razor tool, wherever the playhead is, go back to the selection tool, and then I can move this part of the clip around or take it out. We also have the type tool. It can be used for entering text. And there are ways of customizing the text, of course. I think we need to go to graphics. Aha, I finally found it. Okay, I knew it was here somewhere. I'll just change this font. There. Okay, so where did I go just then? I went to graphics and edit. There we go. And I can edit whatever I'm working with. And then I can just scroll down a bit. I can change the color. I think it was it already red? I don't know. No, it was white before. And I can add an outline or a stroke. Oh, I just had to check that off. Okay. I can increase the stroke weight. I can do all kinds of stuff. I think you get the idea. I can make it italic if I want to. Underline. All that good stuff. You can put your name in the corner or directed by, and we'll learn how to do that as well. Let me just go back, and if I double click this, my source video appears in this panel, the source panel. So we have another word here, source. The source is the original unedited video. This is what we drag into here, and then we can later drag into here and make edits to it. So our source is the original unedited video. So I can compare what I have here to my edited version if I want to. If I don't like the way my edits have turned out, I can just delete it and then drag in my source again into my sequence and then perform some more edits and maybe do better next time. We can play the original and we can play our edited sequence or our series of clips that are currently being edited. Yeah, there we go. And we can go back and forth in our sequence as well. Sometimes things might get cramped in this program. We can hover in between any panels, like in between the project panel and the toolbar, and we can click and drag to get one to take up more or less space, like that. In case we want to view more of the timeline, and we don't really care how large the video is, we can reveal more of the timeline that way. Oh yeah, by the way, we can also delete a track if we want to by right-clicking on it and going to delete track. So we can do that. Anyway, we'll learn more about working with the timeline as time goes on. So I think that is about it. So those are really all the basics of Adobe Premiere Pro. And this is what we're going to start doing with some stuff that I have for you, some images and things like that. In fact, we're probably going to start with images. So yeah, that was a nice little intro, and everything from here on out will be shown in class instead of in video form. Well, I hope you enjoyed my series of videos. I look forward to seeing what kinds of video projects you can do in class.